When your boys came in there shooting, were you blind that day?
That was the incredible first outtake version of what would eventually become Third World Man, the closing track on 1980's Gaucho album. Now, the interesting thing here is that I'm sure you've all heard about the legend that was the second arrangement. In fact, this summer, Roger Nichols' daughter, Simsy, actually found and had cleaned up a dub tape copy of the second arrangement and put it out on YouTube. It disappeared in pretty good fashion time-wise after that. It was basically scrubbed from YouTube. Now, there is a pickup band out of Nashville, and they actually enlisted their friend, the engineer Bill Schnee, to produce a cover of the second arrangement. I think that's still available. If it is, I'm going to put a link down to the second arrangement in today's video. The original title of that song, Third World Man, was Were You Blind That Day? And it was originally recorded in the early months of 1976 because they thought it was going to be going on the Royal Scam. For whatever reason, Were You Blind That Day didn't make the final cut of the track list for the Royal Scam, and it was something out there, a leftover, that was available, and it didn't actually turn up on the greatest hits package from 1978 either. So very interesting. You know, back in 1978 and 1979, Walter and Donald took MCA to court. They wanted out of their recording contract. They thought that they had delivered everything that they were beholden to as it was written in the contract. They wanted to sign with Warner Brothers, and they had a big pile of cash waiting for them. And, you know, that whole thing, along with Walter Becker's addiction problems and personal problems, that's been discussed quite a bit on this channel in the past, so I'm not going to rehash over it. But all of that led up to a very contentious situation when they were recording Gaucho. And unfortunately, Walter Becker wasn't present for a lot of that time period, you know, especially near the end of the recording and the mix down and the kind of final determination of what's going to be the track list on this record. And MCA were breathing down their back. They wanted this thing yesterday, and the whole second arrangement debacle happened where an assistant engineer to Roger Nichols accidentally erased everything but about 14 seconds of their final version that he was supposed to be putting up for a final listening session with Donald, to make sure that that was the final version and it didn't need anything else. Always an open question when you're talking about Donald Fagen and Walter Becker. So what happened is Fagen was reminded about that track left over, and it's a gorgeous track. It is a slow moving prodding song, and it has just incredible musicianship on it. Larry Carlton has these very expressive solos, and what they did is they doubled his guitar solos in the mix to make it appear and sound thicker and more just giving those solos more weight. So everyone made the executive decision to work up Were You Blind That Day and turn it into Third World Man. Fagan came up with new lyrics, and he basically recorded those lyrics in the studio that they were using, which was in the basement, believe it or not, of Studio 54 in Manhattan. So he recorded his vocals. He enlisted Rob Mounsey, who is a musician, keyboard, synth, and arranger, to add some synth lines to that for coloring of the song, and they were basically done. You know, they took all the original tracking that had been done during the Royal Scam sessions, and again, Fagan laid his vocal over the top with the new lyrics and the new title, and Bob's Your Uncle. It's a gorgeous track. It ended up being the closing track on Gaucho, which is one of my favorite albums. This is an original master disc, Robert Ludwig, in the master disc, or in the Dead Wax RL. I also have this one, and you know, upon further listening, I'm sorry, the original beats this you know, audiophile MCA issue. This is very nice, but there is a little bit of a hint of sibilance in the upper range, and this is more balanced. It is a little bright as well, so I am very curious to see what will happen with the UHQR that is maybe coming next month. Let's wait and see. Anyway, I thought it'd be kind of fun. I put a camera on myself earlier today when I was doing some comparisons of the audiophile 81 half-speed mastered versus the original. I ended up really enjoying this original again and really giving a deep listen to Third World Man. Here's that now. Thanks for watching, everybody. This has been kind of a quick one, but I can't remember what's... You know what happened? I woke up in the middle of the night the other night, and I remembered, oh my God, I haven't put out a Steely Dan video yet this year. So there it is, everybody. You know you can count on me. I hope you enjoy this, and we'll see you next time.